to me, threw me the Vietnamese, tell him it's time for it, yeah. Tell me the call, who do you see? Stacking it tall, bigger than me, looking at y'all, over the seas, tell him it's time for it, yeah. Hey, yeah, doing it big, ooh, we, it's bigger than me. Hey, you, look at the kid, ooh, we, bigger than me. Hey, yeah, doing it big, ooh, we, it's bigger than me. Hey, you, look what I did, ooh, we, bigger than me.
Yeah, get you some. Yeah, can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah.
This week on 2K TV, it's our annual award show. We're rewarding you, the community, for doing great things in NBA 2K20. Plus, we update you on the neighborhood events.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm
Looking down upon the Tower Bridge spanning the Sacramento River here in the capital of California. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, LeBron James is closing in on the top 3 all-time list in scoring. LeBron said it's an honor, but he added, scoring has never been on my list of goals. Facilitating, rebounding, defending, getting blocked shots and things of that nature always ranked above them. Kevin, he has filled up the box score for a long time.
He can impact the game in so many ways. D.A., thank you. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. They've got Chris Paul. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Williamson. And it's Vucevic, and it's Beal in at the shooting guard position. And for the Kings, they've got Gobert. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's LeBron James, and it's Fournier in at the 4 slot.
The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
And here's Westbrook from the arc, rebounded by Vucevic. That's a 2 from Paul, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Here's Gobert. They get it back. Now here's Williamson. Guarded close. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Evan Fournier.
And we're not used to seeing a big man like Williamson move like this. Puts defenders in a bind. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Both good from the line that time.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Now here's James. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
Here's Beal following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Let's go. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Fournier trying to break loose. The rejection by Paul. And that one, good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Beal from long range. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Here's Mitchell. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Yeah, great court awareness. Westbrook sizing up the D and doing a good job of locating the open man.
Paul kicks to Williamson. The feed now to Leonard. He's off on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Early on, Brent, what are some of the intangibles you look for in a team that may be taking the next step?
First of all, is the player who's returning that's shouldering most of the responsibility, is he any better than last season, Kevin? Has there been some growth in his game? Secondarily,
the great ones always grow.
They always do, and they're really sharp usually coming out of summertime, and they're ready to go. Second thing is, has the roster been tinkered with a little bit or tweaked a little bit to enhance what it is that the skill set of the star player is going to provide for their team throughout the next 8 months of the season?
And so Fournier nails both of them. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Leonard attacking to halt the run. That one misses. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. James against Vucevic. Now James. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Gobert. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
Well, how about LeBron reading the defense, waiting and being patient there until the gap opened up to deliver.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Bucks trail by 6. Outside Leonard. Here's Williamson. The shot from the low post is good.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there, has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Outside Beal. And the pass to Vucevic. Over Gobert. Vucevic to the pass to Beal. Back to Vucevic. Three-pointer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Westbrook. 7 points in the game. Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Nance comes in for Fournier. Robert Covington's checked in for James. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Good on the shot. Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Here's LeVert after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Passes to Wood. Pass to Morant. Lopez kicks to Bridges. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And it's LeVert missing. They play the clock right. They go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Nance passes to Schroeder. Oh, Nance in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Lopez. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it, went right into the shot.
Here's Mitchell. From the top of the key. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had...
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, we've got Bridges. Morant is out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Wood in at the 4 spot.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
What's up?
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
The open look here for Sexton. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And that was all Morant. Aware of the defense, figuring out how to get to his spot.
Here's Sexton. Following the basket by John Morant. Schroeder. It's hauled in by Wood. The Bucks trail. Pass to Levert. Kicks it to Morant. There's the pass to Wood. And Lopez has it in the corner. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Sacramento, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Nance, no good.
Seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? Can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. Here's Paul. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Paul passes to Williamson. Outside for Beal. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Fournier, and again it's Sacramento converting.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Here's Vucevic, following the basket by Colin Sexton. Fournier against Paul. Nice D from Fournier.
That's a surprise. Really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Passes it to James. Shoots over Leonard. No good from LeBron.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
4-3, Westbrook. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Westbrook's got the lead up to 8 now for the Kings. Ball kicks to Vucevic. Dishes to Leonard. A putback, and it's put back in by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 points so far.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now Beal, after Westbrook's missed 3. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Kings leading now by 4. 43 seconds left in the first half of the game. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Paul. To the left wing. Here's Williamson. Vucevic trying to get open. And there's Williamson on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. And here's Westbrook. A 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. This one for 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Kings ahead, up 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. Looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Bucks trail by 4. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Evan Fournier. Mitchell is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's LeBron James. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Clock is at 3. Beal dishes to Leonard. He can't get it to go. And so Gobert will bring it up for Sacramento. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. Westbrook, no good. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Sacramento. Ball against Westbrook. Paul, right side. The jump hook, count it, good. And it's 7 points for Vucevic. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. That's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Paul surveying the floor. Outside Leonard. Sheds over Fournier. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Leonard.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Bucks trail by 5. Outside Leonard. It's Beal on the wing. Sinks that one from the post.
Timeout.
Beal's got 6 points.
Now, what What a great option he gives them on every possession.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. I often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, a favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the three. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Pass to Leonard. Poke loose. Schroeder with the ball. To the paint. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number one, the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. Good on both.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Now here's LeVert. And the rejection by Favors. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. Derek White checked in for Kawhi Leonard. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Just two to shoot. LeVert from outside. Milwaukee the rebound. A second chance effort. Lopez passes to Morant. Shoots over Schroeder. No good off the back of the rim.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And then shoots it in.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. Down low, and the jam by Larry Nance.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
Bucks trail by 9. Right the pass to Wood. Out to the wing. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. And good that time. Woods got his first basket.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
And Favors kicks to Harris. Now the dish to Nance. Schroeder, right side. And the basket is good. Schroeder's got the lead up to 9 now for the Kings.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Morant. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
Mitchell against White. Now, here's Mitchell. Not a lot of room. The three. He can't get that one. And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. Right back after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Sacramento leading by 7. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Bradley Beal is out there with Williamson. And it's Vucevic. Then there's Derek White. And it's Paul in at the point guard. James. Rebound Milwaukee. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And Beal kicks to Paul. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook passes to James. Back to Westbrook over Paul. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Beal with it. Westbrook picks him up. The 11-footer. Beal can't get it to go.
I don't know how that one doesn't go in. Nice cushion between him and the defender.
Fournier passes to Westbrook. And it's Westbrook again missing. Bucks trail by 4. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Williamson.
Pretty much count on double-digit assists from Chris Paul, one of the best passers in league history.
Westbrook dishes to Gobert. Pass to LeBron. The shot comes out, and Milwaukee will come the other way.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Colin Sexton, he's checked in for the Kings. The Bucks also with the sub. Leonard, he's checked in for Derek White. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Luke Walton was just talking about strategy with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Westbrook with the block.
There's no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
Paul against Fournier. The shot by Paul, no good. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No good on the free throw.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
And he's good on the second. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now Westbrook shoots a three. Another miss by Westbrook.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And the dunk by Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook, you fear this. He gets locked in early in games like this. It could be a monster performance.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 7. He feeds it to Williamson. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And 12 points for Zion Williamson.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
Westbrook missing again. Bucks trail by 5. Beal gets a wide open look. And another three for Milwaukee.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Kings. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's LeBron. Westbrook scanning the floor. And it's blocked.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Bucks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Paul kicks to Williamson. Now the pass to Leonard. Good, it's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
On the wing, Mitchell. LeBron outside, beyond the arc. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Milwaukee in the lead. And Leonard has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Mitchell wide open. Sinks the triple.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Bucks have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. All up top, he's covered by Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, you just have to be careful when you're guarding Chris Paul. He's very, very clever getting to the free throw line.
Drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
This is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe.
And so Paul nails both of them.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Here's Gobert. And another shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Vucevic.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both in.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 2. 50 seconds left in the fourth. Inside, James covered, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on LeBron James. The first, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, crucial moment there at the free throw line, and he never flinched.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
He just has physical tools to make you go in there and foul him. Westbrook back to the line.
Shoot 2.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of everything.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Westbrook against Paul. It's in! A huge shot to tie it up.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And so Luke Walton decides to call timeout. got 28 seconds left in the game. And here's Westbrook.
And this is the thing about Westbrook. He wants to take the responsibility when it matters most.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 2. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Paul against Westbrook. Paul with the ball. Fires it up. And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Evan Fournier. Hey, Evan, does a win like tonight's against this kind of competition show you how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, sure. You know, we obviously showing progress, but we want to be a very good team. We are very ambitious.
Nothing wrong with a little ambition, Evan. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.